Welcome to this video mini lesson on significance. We use the word significant a lot in our lives for all sorts of momentous occasions. We also use it sometimes when we are talking about data. Here you see data from the North Carolina Teacher Working Conditions Survey. You are looking at a subsection of the survey on school leadership. And amongst what are a number of disturbing findings, you note this finding, where there is an atmosphere of trust and mutual respect in this school. 65.5% of respondents agreed to this statement in 2012, whereas only 40% replied in the affirmative to this statement in 2014. You might look at this and think, wow, that is a significant drop. But that language, that use of the word significant, is problematic. Here's why. Within statistics, the word significant has a very particular definition. It refers to a finding that is unlikely to be due to chance. We demarcate it in this way. P is less than 0.05, which refers to the probability that the finding is due to chance being less than 5%. In other words, there's less than 5% likelihood that this finding is due to chance. More stringent levels of significance refer to 1% likelihood of chance and 0.1% likelihood of chance. So what does all this mean? Let's look at an example. Let's say if we have a quarter, it's double-sided, we flip it 4 times. 3 times it comes up heads, 1 time it comes up tails. Now, if this were entirely due to chance, we would expect it to come up twice as heads and twice as tails. So the fact that it didn't come out that way leads us to wonder, is this a significant finding? In other words, could there be something nefarious going on here? Could this be a weighted quarter such that it's more often going to pop up heads than tails due to some kind of chicanery or attempts at grifting? Well, not in this case. We've only flipped it 4 times, and there's really only 1 flip difference from what we would expect to find due to chance. So even without doing the fancy math, we can determine that this is really not a significant finding. This is most likely due to chance, most likely. However, let's say we flip the coin 100 times, and of those 100 times, 65 times came up heads and 35 times came up tails. This leads us to wonder, is this a significant finding? Absolutely. This is well beyond what we would expect to find due entirely to chance. And even without doing the fancy math, we can determine that something odd is afoot here. And this is indeed not simply due to chance, but some kind of significant finding, most likely due to some kind of weighting of this quarter such that it will turn up heads more often than tails as a function of some kind of nefarious behavior, or perhaps, I don't know, it got coated with some kind of muck on the front that weights it more heavily in that way. Anyhow, what does all this have to do with examining data? Let's look at it again. We have this very interesting data here. And we have declared, wow, this is a significant drop in agreement to this statement from 65.5% to 40% over just a 2-year period. Well, instead of using the word significant, given its statistical meaning, unless you've done the fancy math to determine that this is indeed a finding that is unlikely to be due to chance, then use a different adjective. You could say, wow, that is a substantial drop, or a precipitous drop, or a marked drop. But avoid using the word significant unless you are using it in its statistical meaning. So, thank you all. You rock. And as always, please let me know if you have questions. Thank you.